Today we are going to talk about proportions. Here we have 3 examples. We're going to decide whether these ratios make proportions or not. A proportion is 2 equivalent ratios, meaning that the 2 ratios have to be equal in order to be a proportion. Remember from last lesson that a ratio is written like a fraction. So 2/5 is our ratio here. We have to decide if 2/5 is actually equal to the ratio of 4/10. To do this, we use what we call cross products. Remember, product means multiplication. So that means we are going to multiply across. So we're going to multiply the 2 numbers that are diagonal from each other. When I do this, I then get 5 times 4. Now I'm going to drop down my equal sign, and then we get 10 times 2. Now it doesn't matter, I could have gone 2 times 10 or 4 times 5. It doesn't matter as long as we multiply diagonally here. So now we can simplify this. 5 times 4 gives me 20. Drop down my equals. 10 times 2 gives me 20. Since we get the same number when we cross multiply, then yes, this is a proportion. Because when we take the cross product, we get equal numbers. Another way we could have decided if this was a proportion or not is by simplifying this fraction 4/10. I noticed that 4 and 10 can both be divided by 2. So if I do this, I would get 4 divided by 2 gives me 2, and 10 divided by 2 gives me 5. So then I notice that 4/10 actually reduces to 2 over 5, or the ratio 2/5. 2/5 is then equivalent to or equal to 2/5. So either way, we find out that this is in fact a proportion. So yes, 2/5 and 4/10 make a proportion. Let's look at the next one here. We wanted to decide if 5/12 is actually equal to 2/5. Is this a proportion or not? So again, I would do my cross product. So then I have 12 times 2 set equal to 5 times 5. Well, 12 times 2 is 24, and 5 times 5 is 25. Since 24 is not equal to 25, no, this is not a proportion. So 5/12 is not equal to 2/5. So this is not a proportion. Last example here. We are going to look at 5/2 equal to 15/6. So again, to find out if this is a proportion or not, I am going to use the cross product. So we are going to go 2 times 15. Those are the 2 diagonal to each other. And drop down our equal sign and set that equal to 6 times 5. Well, 2 times 15 is 30, and 6 times 5 is 30. Since 30 equals 30, then yes, this is a proportion. So, since our cross products equal each other, then yes, 5/2 is actually equal to 15/6. These are equivalent ratios. Another way, again, we could have done this is by reducing 15/6. If I divide both of them by 3, 15 divided by 3 gives me 5. 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. So again, we get 5/2 as our ratio, and 5/2 equals 5/2. So either way, we can see that yes, this is a proportion. This is just saying if a problem is a proportion or not. If you have any questions, please let me know.